Hello, this is Pamela. Welcome to my channel. Grab you a cup of coffee, sit back and relax, and enjoy some good old yarny talk. On today's tutorial, we are going to make these little soap bags. And I am using a 3-weight yarn for this. And all you do is when you're done, you just put your soap in. It doesn't have to be shaped like that. It can be a square one like the dowel. And just cinch it closed. It has where you can hang this up if you want to. And it has these little windows so that it helps you see how much soap you have left. And it also helps the soap be able to come through good. So that's why I added the windows. And so I've done this today in some ice yarns, and I chose to do a pink and a blue one. But that's all there is to it. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with this. So for this tutorial, I am using this ice yarns. It says jeans. The color is 54760. It is a 3 light and it's 100% cotton. Oh, and the color, oh, I said that's 54760. So, and then the pink one here is done, it's the same one, but it's done in 42568. I will leave a link below if you like these, where you can purchase these. Okay, so in today's tutorial, I am using a D hook, a 3.25, a yarn needle. If you need a row counter, we have that. Definitely a stitch marker. And a pair of scissors. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on this. First of all, you need to chain 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to put 2 single crochets in the second chain from the hook. There's the first one, and here's the second. One, 2. Now go ahead and put your stitch marker in the first single crochet. So there's 1, 2, because that's where you're going to slip stitch to connect this row. We're going to work across these chains, and then we're going to work on the end, and we're going to come back and work around this side. That's how it's going to work. All right, 1 single crochet in the next 3 chains. 1, 2, and 3. 4 single crochet in this last chain. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You may want to take that strand that you have and kind of tighten that up. Now, 1 single crochet in the next 3. And I'm taking this right here. I'm going to crochet it in as I go. And let's see, this right here, my loop is too big. There we go. Okay. For some reason I'm having trouble with this. Okay. There we go. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we have 3. Now 2 single crochet in the last stitch. 1, 2, and so now it looks like this. And you can go ahead and do your row count if you want. That was row 1. For row 2, we're going to put, first of all, we got to remove our stitch marker and insert your hook in that same stitch. Make sure you get both loops there. You're going to slip stitch into that to close it up where it looks like this. Chain 1, work 2 single crochets in that same stitch. 1 and 2, and go ahead and take your stitch marker, place it in that first one. Okay, now we're going to work 1 single crochet in the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I forgot to continue crocheting that in, so when I get to this other side I'm going to continue that. 4 single crochet in the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1 single crochet in the next 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2 single crochet in the last stitch. 1, 2. Now it looks like this. That was row 2. For row 3, we're going to remove our stitch marker, slip stitch into the same stitch we removed our stitch marker in. Slip stitch like that, chain 1, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this off because I don't think I need to weave that in anymore or crochet that in. 2 single crochet in that same stitch. 1, 2, and place your stitch marker. There we go. So 1 single crochet in the next 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now we're going to have 4 single crochets in this next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 single crochet in the next 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 single crochet in this next stitch. 1, 2, and now it's shaped like this. That was row 3. For row 4, we're going to remove our stitch marker, and we're going to insert our hook so that we can do it. We can slip stitch. There we go. All right, chain 1. So for row 4, we're going to put 2 single crochets in this same stitch. 1, 2. Place our stitch marker in that first single crochet. Okay, now we're going to have 2 single crochet in the next stitch. 1, 2. 2 single crochet in the next stitch. 1, 2. 1 single crochet in the next 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now 2 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2. Okay. 1 single crochet in the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Single crochet in the next 7 stitches. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 single crochet in the next 6 stitches. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 single crochet in the next 7. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 single crochet in the last 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's what it looks like now. That was into row 4. Okay, I have 38 stitches so far. For round 5, we're going to single crochet all the way around. So first of all, you need to remove your stitch marker, slip stitch to that same stitch, chain 1, and work 1 single crochet in that same stitch. And you are going to just single crochet all the way around. That was 1. And just single crochet all the way around like this. Okay, that was into row 5. Now remember, guys, this is just a fun project. If you end up with 1 or 2 stitches too many or too short, all you have to do is a decrease or an increase anywhere on here that you want to get the amount of stitches that you need. It's really not that big of a deal. No one knows. No one's going to look at your project and say, oh my gosh, you can have an increase right there. You know, so I just don't want you stressing over trying to get the count right. It really doesn't matter. If you end up with 39 or 38, just do a decrease where you crochet 2 stitches together, or if you end up with 2 less, just put 2 stitches in the same stitch, 2 single crochets in the same stitch. You know, just try to make it in with 38 the best you can. Okay, so row 6, 7, and 8, we are going to repeat row 5. I removed my stitch marker, I slip stitch, chain 1, and so for the next 3 rows or rounds, round 6, 7, and 8, we are just going to single crochet all the way around. Okay, and I will meet you back when you get to your last, at the end of row 8. Okay, so I just finished with row 8. Now we are on row 9. I've already removed my stitch marker. We're going to slip stitch into that first stitch, chain 1. Okay, so for row 9, oh, and it's starting to, see, take shape. Like that for you, for your soap to fit in there. Okay, for row 9, this is what we're going to make, these little windows. And I did the little windows partially for 2 reasons. One, so that I can see the size of soap I have in there. And the other one is just so that I can get more suds coming through. So that's why I did that like that. Okay, so we're going to work 1/2 double crochet in this same stitch. Place our stitch marker. Okay, and we're going to skip this next stitch, chain 1, going to 1/2 double crochet in the next stitch. We're going to repeat this pattern, chain 1, skip, 1/2 double crochet, okay, chain 1, skip the next stitch, 1/2 double crochet the next stitch, chain 1, skip the next stitch, 1/2 double crochet, and you're going to continue that same pattern all the way around, and I'll show you what to do when you get to the end. Okay, so when you get to the last 2 stitches, just skip those stitches and go ahead and slip stitch into the top of your 1/2 double crochet. And chain 1. That was row 9. And so here's what it looks like now. You've got you a window row. All right, so for row 10, we are going to single crochet in each stitch all the way around, and we should end up with 36 single crochets. We're going to single crochet in our first stitch, which are where we chained 1. which that was a half double crochet. We're going to single crochet in each of the chain 1. Just continue doing like this, single crochet on top of the half double crochet and in your chain. Not in the chain 1 space, in the actual chain. I know it's a little tough to get it in there sometimes. I mean, I guess you could, if you want, work a single crochet in the chain. I mean, in the chain 1 space. I'm just afraid it'd make my hole a little too big. So I did mine just in the chain itself. But like I said, it's supposed to just be a fun project. It's not supposed to, you don't have to go exactly by the way I'm doing it. You can throw your own spin on it, whatever makes it easier for you to complete the project and have a little bag for your soap to go in. That's all that matters. So just continue this all the way around. Like I said, if you end up with a stitch too many, just do a decrease. If you end up with a stitch too less, just do an increase. Okay, and here's our last stitch. That was row 10. Okay, so for row 11 and 12, we are just going to single crochet all the way around. Remove the stitch marker, insert your hook in the top of that first stitch, slip stitch, and chain 1. Now here's what you have. So you're going to work 2 more rows of single crochet. That'd be round 11 and round 12. So I will meet you back at the end of row 12. Like I said, just work a single crochet all the way around. So on the pattern, you're actually working this part right here. And then we're going to go back into another row of windows. Okay, so we just finished round 12, which was just single crochets. So for round 13, we're going to make another set of windows like this. And actually, you don't have to if you don't want to. You could just have this 1 row of windows, but I wanted 2. So that's the way the pattern is. So remove your stitch marker, insert your hook into the top of that stitch, and we're going to slip stitch, chain 1. Okay, in this same stitch, we're going to make a half double crochet. Put our stitch marker in here. Okay, so we are going to chain 1, skip the next stitch, half double crochet in the next stitch. We're going to repeat this pattern. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, half double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, half double crochet in the next stitch. And just repeat this pattern all the way around. Okay, we should have 1 stitch left. Do slip stitch into where we remove our stitch marker. Just slip stitch in there. Chain 1. All right, that was row 13. Row 14, we're going to repeat round 10, which is a single crochet in each stitch, and then a single crochet in the chain 1 all the way around, and you should end up with 36 single crochets. And if you end up with more, like I said, this is not a garment that you're wearing. It doesn't have to be exact, especially here on out, because it's just single crochet up until the last, just before we get to the end. So if you end up with 1 or 2 stitches more, just do a decrease. If you end up with less, just do an increase. And like I said, a decrease is where you single crochet 2 together, and a decrease is where you single crochet 2 together, and increase is where you put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So I put 1 in the half double crochet. Now 1 single crochet in the chain, single crochet. Just keep doing this all the way around. And like I said, if it's faster for you and you just want to put a single crochet in between the two, that's fine too. Okay, now we finished that. That was row 14. Let's go ahead and slip stitch to the top of that single crochet. Slip stitch to join, chain 1, and then we're going to single crochet in that same stitch. Alright, so now you can just kind of watch TV or do whatever you want to do while you crochet these next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These next 5 rows, you're just working a single crochet all the way around. And you should still have 36 single crochets. Just like that. Okay, and this is the part that we're working on right now. It's this long row right there. We're working on this right here. Okay, so I will see you when you get to the end of round 19. We just finished with row 19. And what you're going to do is remove your stitch marker, slip stitch into that same stitch. Chain 1, we're going to make another row of windows. So we're going to repeat that same process where we have a half double crochet and a chain 1, skip that next stitch, half double crochet, chain 1, skip the next stitch, half double crochet, chain 1, and you're going to repeat the same process just like you did the other windows all the way around. And we have 1 stitch left. Now we're going to slip stitch into the top of that half double crochet where we took our stitch marker out. We're going to slip stitch, chain 1, and now for row 21 we're just going to single crochet all the way around just like we've been doing. Single crochet in each of the half double crochet and then single crochet in each of the chain 1, and just continue that just like you've been doing. Okay, that's our last stitch. So let's go ahead and slip stitch, and then we're going to fasten off. Just like that. And to want to take your yarn needle, and we're just going to weave it in just like this. And I'll do it one more time. And then we're going to need that for sure. Okay, so now you have your soap bag. So let's go ahead and make our little ties. So you're going to make 2 of them. So we're going to chain 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, and 40. Now, if you want, you can make it 41, and you can go back down and slip stitch, and this will make your ties a little stronger. I did not do that on the other one, but I think I'm going to on this one. There you go. And leave a long tail. And you're just going to go back and forth, or rather in and out of each of these holes. Just like that. Just don't let this go all the way through. There you go. And I'm going to show you, if you open that up, see it's going to be, there's not going to be much hanging. But see, when you go to close it, you have that much. So it depends on how much string you want. You can make this more than 40. That's up to you. So what we need to do now is I'm going to tie that off. And just so I'm not weaving it in and stuff, I'm just going to take one of those strings and do like that. Connect it. Tie it in a knot. See? And that connects it like that. And you can tie your knot a couple more times if you want. And you can cut it off. Now, if you want, so if you don't want your string like that, you can always pull from the other side and have that as what's hanging instead of the one with the end on it. Okay, so now we need to make a second one. Okay, now that you've got your second one, you know that if you enter it this way, your tie is going to come out that way. And you'll have this on the end. That is if you don't want that. Like I said, it doesn't really matter. But if you don't want this showing, we are going to enter this way. So here's the deal. You have to try and find the hole. And what I'm going to do is I've got that entered there. You have to pull this one up from the other one so you can see. And you have to go through it like that. There you go. Now I'm going to go back to this side and work on this one a little bit. Really helps if you lift up. Because see, you're lifting that one up and you can see your hole real good. Like that. Because we want our ties, like I said, we want this to tie on this side. That's why I'm going back and forth like this. I mean, that is if you want. You don't have to. So now, we're just going to do like we did before. Thread our yarn, our yarn needle, insert it through there. Pull it off. We're going to tie a couple of knots. There we go. Cut your yarn off. And go to the opposite end. And you can pull that. See? And now it's on that side. Now take your other one. And you can just open it up and put your soap in. Like I said, if you don't want to work down the chain, that's fine. I didn't on this one. It's just a chain. And you put your bar of soap in here. Close it. And you can hang it up if you want. And then you can just soak this up good with water. And you'll have you a nice little bar of soap and a washcloth together. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.